Hello, friends. I hope you are keeping well as much as possible during this COVID 19 pandemic. First of all, I would like to congratulate you for your efforts, which has been enormous in successfully flattening the COVID 19 curve. This is my fourth video in the series around COVID 19 pandemic. So, as we know that we have successfully flattened the curve of COVID 19 cases. Now that governments are looking to ease the lockdown, it's important for us to continue the measures which will help us to avoid any second surge. In that manner, I thought it's very important to clarify the role of mask when public places will be open and people will start to spend time in indoor spaces with people around. The issue of mask is very controversial and different public health agencies has different recommendation. For example, the World Health Organization has yet to come out with a public endorsement of mask. The role of mask in the spread of disease, we need to understand two important things. One, how is the coronavirus spread? And number two, what are the different type of masks? So let's look at the mode of spread of coronavirus. There are three different modes by which coronavirus is spread. Number one is a droplet method. Number two is through objects. And number third is airborne. If someone who is having the coronaviruses or who is positive for COVID-19 is actively coughing or sneezing, they can spread the virus, what we call a droplet method. The second method is through objects. For example, people living in common household, living together, if somebody is infected, the other person will be in physical contact and they can get infected. Or if the infected person has touched a surface and then virus can stay on the surface and somebody else touch the surface. So there's an indirect transmission. The third transmission, which is important for public health point of view, is the airborne transmission. It's somebody who is asymptomatic, but they can still spread. So now we know that this three different mode of transmission. Now let's look at the different type of mask. I like to differentiate mask into two broad categories. One is the commercial mask, and second is the homemade mask. So commercial masks can be subdivided into two categories. One is the medical mask or surgical mask, and second is respirator. So surgical masks are the masks which have been used by doctors for a long time now, and that basically protect the patient from getting doctor's infection if the doctor has one. So it basically protects the wearer rather than the public or rather than somebody else. The second type of commercial mask is respirator, which is again can be subdivided into FFP2 or N95 or FFP3 or N99. They are basically the mask which can protect in two ways. So one, it protects the wearer to get infected from the other person, and also protect the other person to get infected from the wearer. N99 and 95 simply stands for the amount of droplets they can stop. So 95 means it can stop about 95% of the particles, and 99 obviously means it can protect 99% of the particles. So I hope now you know about mode of transmission of the virus and type of mask. When the lockdown will be eased, there will still be people who will be asymptomatic carrier. And if they wear the mask, then it won't be transmitted to other persons. So if the asymptomatic carrier blocks their airborne transmission, we can break the chain of virus transmission and eventually can stop the second surge. And research is still ongoing. However, it is not yet known if somebody who has a virus and they keep it to themselves, does it do harm or does it make the person sicker is not yet known. So in the end, what I would like to summarize is there are three important points so that we can stop the second surge when we are easing the lockdown. Number one, please do follow the local and national guidelines regarding social distancing and physical distancing. Secondly, please continue to practice hand hygiene, which should be regularly done and properly done. Avoid touching your face unnecessarily because the virus not only is transmitted through nose or mouth, it is also transmitted through the eye. So it's very important that we stop touching our face. And thirdly, I would recommend to use mask, whichever type it may be. It can be a homemade or commercial if you have one, without causing unnecessary shortage for frontline workers. Use mask indoor where physical distancing of 2 meters is not feasible. Thank you for listening, and I really appreciate your efforts for helping us to fight this COVID-19 pandemic. Please do not hesitate to leave a comment in the box below and also to like and share my link. Thank you. Stay home, stay safe.